Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to get started with Beet, or further known just Beet, and also Bolt. One of the most powerful tools for making Minecraft datapacks faster and way more organized. If you've ever been frustrated writing tons of repetitive .mc function files, this is going to change everything. So first, what is Beet? Well, Beet is a development tool that lets you write datapacks using cleaner, more advanced syntax like Python and Bolt. Then, it compiles everything into a normal Datapack folder. Now that you know what Beet kinda does, and why it's pretty much useful for making large projects, let's go ahead and get set up on your system and we can start using it right away. Alright, let's get it installed. First, make sure you have Python installed. This is very important. And then next, make sure you have Python Packet Manager. This is basically your pip function. And then you're going to open your terminal or command prompt and run pip install beet. Now once done, you are ready to create your first project. To make a new Datapack project, create an src folder of your datapacks and resource packs, and then add a beet.json file to configure pipelines. And then we'll do it like so. We're going to do src, and then we're going to have another folder in that. We're going to do data, and then we're going to have another folder in that. Let's call it I don't know, example. Yes. And then you're going to have a function, and then after that we're going to have test.mc function. Now this is going to be our MC function file here. And we need to create a beet.json. So beet.json. And in the curly brackets here, this is going to be like JSON text, pretty much. We're going to have, in quotation marks, name, all undercase, colon, quotation marks again. And we can name this whatever we want. I'm going to call it tutorial pack, but you can call it whatever you want. And then make sure you have this little comma. If you don't have this, then it'll break, and I know I ran into that issue before. It's painful. And we are gonna add a description, colon, and in quotations we are gonna name this is a tutorial. And then comma, and then in quotations again, we're gonna have a datapack underscore. And look at that, it already auto-filled in. We're gonna have brackets, and in quotations, we're gonna have load, colon, and now this is important. What we put in this, you have to have in quotation marks, src. This is where it builds from, as you can see on the very top here, src, data example function. This is what's going to build our data pack. And then, we're going to have, in quotations, output, going to have a colon, and then, build. We can name this file whatever, but this is the output folder of where the datapack's going to build. We're going to file, save all. And now, we're going to put something in our .mc function file. We can just say, this is a test. We're going to save that. And now, we're going to build this. In the terminal here, we're going to go into new terminal, and we're going to go beet build. As you can see, it says building project and done. You got your beet cache, we won't worry about that, but we have our build folder. Just like how it outputs to that, we're going to have build, and look at that. Data example function test.mc function, and then pack. This is the pack format, this is a tutorial, and it works pretty well. So, Beet, obviously amazing, but as you can see, we're still writing MC function files, And what we want to transition to is more of Bolt files. Now, first we're gonna start to install Bolt. For me, I'm running a virtual environment, so I have to do Python 3 -m -venu and .venu. This is going to create my virtual environment here. And once we got that, we're going to do source dot venu dash script. Man, I spelled that way wrong. Scripts and then dash activate dot bat. If I could actually spell source right. Okay, and because we got a new virtual environment, it's great. But now we can do pip install Bolt. And look at that. Now, with people who don't need to have a virtual environment, they can always pip install Bolt out of the blue without a virtual environment. But with my operating system, I do need a virtual environment. So as you can see, we got Bolt. And you can see Datapack, Beet, Bolt, mecha. Mecha is actually pretty important for the pipeline. And we are gonna set that up. Okay, so now that we've successfully installed Bolt, we are gonna do some editing to our beat.json. What we are gonna do is require in lowercase quotation marks Bolt, and then in quotation marks we are gonna do pipeline, and all lowercase we're gonna do mecha. I'm pretty sure this is version control for Beet and Bolt. I could be wrong though, but after we have our output build file, we are gonna do meta. Forget it has to be in quotation marks. Colon. And look at that. We're gonna do in quotation marks, all lowercase Bolt, colon. And then we're gonna do in quotation marks entry point, all lowercase, no spaces, colon. And what we're gonna do here is have in brackets quotation marks. We're gonna have this pretty much blank right now, but we're gonna go back into our src data example, and example is gonna be our namespace, and we're gonna create a new folder here. We're gonna call this modules, because that's what Bolt reads, and we're going to name it main.bolt. And now this .bolt extension will apply to the entry point as example colon main. This is like tick.mc function files, or tick.json files, pretty much. And that this points to our example namespace, and then the file in the modules. Now we can start writing Bolt. Fun thing with this is we can create a function file, test, and we're gonna have a colon and indent this. Indentation is very important with Python files and Bolt files. And we are gonna say hello world. And we're gonna control S, save that, and then beat that build. Now if we look into our namespace, test, look at that, it says hello world. Now with .bolt files, it's very easy to do for loops. So for I in range, let's do 5. We're gonna do colon, indent to say hello world, and if we control S and then beat that build, look into this, it says it 5 times. It's very easy to make loops in Bolt files, and it's even easier to make more complicated stuff like, let's say I. Control S, and then beat.build. And look at that. You can even do counting. Alright, one last important step. Actually getting your data pack in your Minecraft world. When you run Beet build, it does create a data pack inside the /data folder, or wherever folder you execute to build, like the build folder. But Minecraft won't see it unless it's inside your world's data pack folder. So here's what you do. First, you find your Minecraft saves folder. On Windows, it's usually app data, or it's usually %appdata%, and with the /minecraft/saves, open up the world file, and inside, go into the data packs folder. Now you got two options. Option 1, you can copy and build data packs from the data folder into your world's data packs folder every single time you build. Or option 2, I really recommend this. You create a symbolic link that updates automatically. Now to do that, you run something like beet link --datapack and then you have your directory. And hopping over into VS Code again, we got this little console command, beet link datapack, and we're gonna paste in. Oh, it is invalid. Oh, yep. I forget. With beet link --datapack, with the dash in between, you have to have quotation marks. Control CV. There you go. Look at that. As you can see, all the file directories are linked. And what we can also do here is beet. Instead of running beet build all the time, we can do beet watch. And now it's watching projects. So every time you save a file, like a Control S right now, look at that, it edited the file. Isn't that cool? Now, with this data pack, if we go and check out data pack, we can disable it. But look at that, file tutorial data pack. That is our data pack in the world. And if we do /reload and then do /function test:/test, and if I look out here, look at that. It prints it out perfectly. So this is both simultaneously linking to a folder we have anywhere to a folder we have in our Minecraft saves. And that's it for our beginner guide. I'll leave links into the MCB docs and their Discord server down below. They got really great community, and if you want to help out or want to learn more, you can hop down below and I'll see you there. Also, if you want, I can go deeper into bolt scripting, importing Python into data packs, or even building advanced systems. Just let me know in the comments, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.